Hello everyone, we are at Beyond the Formula. Let's discuss friction. So we have friction opposes motion, right? Then why do we need friction to walk? अगर फ्रिक्शन मोशन को अपोज करता है तो हमें चलने के लिए why do we need friction to walk? Right? Isn't it a good question? Now think, suppose if friction disappears completely, if friction disappears completely, if friction disappears completely, would walking become easy? Would walking become easier? तो बताओ भाई. Right? So the answer to this is no. The answer to this is no. Actually, what will happen? You wouldn't be able to walk at all. आप चल ही नहीं सकते फ्रिक्शन के बिना. You wouldn't be able to walk at all, right? So let's understand what happens when you walk. Let's understand what happens when you walk. So we have a ground and we have a person here walking. We have a person walking. So let's see, we have person with mass m. So we have W equals mg, the weight of person acting downwards, and the normal n acting on the person by the ground, right? Now when you walk, what happens? When you walk, the person pushes the ground backwards with some force, say F. So when you walk or when a person walk, your foot pushes the ground backward, right? So what is F? F is force exerted by person backward, right? It is the pushing force by person. Now the ground pushes the person with some force, small f. F is the force in forward direction by ground on person. So what is small f? It is the force acting on person by ground in forward direction that pushes the person forward or allows the person to walk. And this is by what? By Newton's third law, right? This is by Newton's third law. Now what pushes you forward? Now this force, this F force, ये आया किस वजह से? What is the cause? What is the cause of this force? Actually, the cause of this force is friction. What happens here is, look, what actually happens is, when you push the ground backwards, there is a friction coefficient, that is mu, and it opposes what? Friction do not opposes motion. Friction always opposes relative motion. Friction always opposes relative motion between objects. So what here happens is your leg pushes backward, the forward force, the forward force, the forward force here. The forward force actually is friction force. The forward force actually is the frictional force that allows you to walk forward, right? Now for example, if we have ice ground, here friction is nearly zero. So if a person walking forward or trying to walk forward pushes the ice ground backward, the person do not get any forward force to push him forward or to let him walk. So what happens here is F pushes ice ground backwards, but small f equals 0. No frictional force acts forward. And here result is what? Slipping. What is the result? Slipping or no walking. This is the result. So actually what happens? Friction allows us to walk, not stops, right? We have multiple examples where friction helps in walking, running, climbing stairs, car tires, etc. Right? All require friction. Right? So what is the key concept here? Friction does not always oppose motion. Friction does not always oppose motion, but what happens or what it does? Opposes relative motion between surfaces, right? So friction is often called an opposing force, but without friction, walking, running, driving, even standing would become impossible, or we say very difficult, right? Thanks.